And now to the oldest of the modern creative industries, with well over a century of development behind it. But despite its age, radio finds itself at the heart of digital developments. It also finds itself with historically high audiences. Over 93% of Scots listen to the radio every week.
The awards in audio are all about the future of the radio and audio industry, and the work that students at universities and colleges submitted was of a remarkable standard.
This year's Best Student Speech Broadcaster category featured a number of voices that are ready for prime time.
Unlike yours.
Okay. As you can hear right now.
This week's edition of Local Heroes finds us in the former capital of Scotland and the second largest town in the Kingdom of Fife as we head to Dunfermline in search of different levels of fame. Later on I'll be talking to a guitarist celebrating 30 years in the music business and a lady who had her moment in the spotlight courtesy of a TV game show. But first I caught up with the goddess of the Green Bay's Michaela Tabb.
Benefit claimants could be forced to undertake full-time manual labour under government proposals. Long-term dole claimants could be put on month-long unpaid work placements of 30 hours a week, doing jobs such as clearing litter and gardening. It's thought people seen as being work-shy or dishonest will be targeted in particular. Anyone who refuses to take part or fails to turn up on time could have their job seekers allowance stopped for at least 3 months. Unite representative Alexander Barclay says the proposals are unrealistic.
Don't change who you are. You know, we are used to being many different things. Why should it be any different when it comes to our culture? I'm as proud to be Scottish as I am to be Punjabi, and those things matter to me, but equally I'm a British citizen and that matters to me. I'm also a man and that matters to me. I'm a father, I'm a son. All these things matter in varying degrees at varying times of the day. And so if you lose grip of who you are and where you've come from, it's much more difficult to know where you're going, because our roots are what make the rest of us strong.
And the Creative Scotland Student Media Award for Best Student Speech Broadcaster goes to...
The British Dream, Garda Osh, Aberdeen College.
I'm very pleased for myself, for Aberdeen College as well, for the support, the tutors, the facility, the resources. It is an ideal place for creativity, and I'm very pleased to make Aberdeen College proud tonight. Thank you very much.
Sometimes talking isn't enough.
Sometimes it's more than enough.
Okay. When listeners seek companionship, they turn to music radio in huge numbers. They look for entertainment, passion and excitement, all with the music they love. You know, the great masters, Mozart, Bach, Tiesto.
This is a time when skilled music broadcasters can operate from radio studios or bedrooms on a huge number of platforms. They need skill, tenacity, and a real understanding of their audience to cut through the atmospherics. This year's finalists all have that in abundance.
Yes, that's right. That was Father Son. Absolutely fantastic. And they're up for rock.
They are. I just want to say, Paul.
Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you too.
I feel like we should add that in since, you know, it is the 14th of February.
To be fair, I think you should technically be at home with your man.
I should, but, you know, I love my listeners too much, so there's a bit of sucking up.
That's right, I'm Andrea, and welcome to Mixtape Mondays, the music show where you, the listeners, help make the ultimate mixtape. Marvin Gaye. The T plays it cool. Now straight off that cool tip to some good old-fashioned rock. All Right Now by Free is our next track on Mixtape Monday. Childhood Memories, R.E.M. End of the World. If you just tuned in, I'm Andrea, and this is Mixtape Mondays on Adam Smith Radio, the show where you choose the songs we play.
You're travelling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the Roach Motel. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Roach Motel. I am Sean, the Roach Ramon, as always, here presenting the show from between 1 and 3 p.m. today on Adam Smith Radio and online on K-Town FM.
And so the categories are broken up into Best Rock, Metal, Acoustic, Electronic, Hip Hop, Live and Newcomer, all of which are sponsored by various local shops in and around Glasgow. And yeah, voting for the awards opened last night, so please get voting and show your support. I've done my voting, and yeah, support your local music industry. We need it more than ever right now. And yeah, on that note, these guys are up for Best Newcomer. They've worked really hard this year. They're called Branny Junction and they're from Edinburgh.
And the Creative Scotland Award for Best Student Music Broadcaster goes to
the Scottish New Music Show by Amanda Aitken.
I did not expect this whatsoever. To tell the truth, I entered a competition onto This Morning last week and I thought I'd win that more than I would this, but I might not have £52,000 in tax-free cash, but this comes pretty close to it, I have to say. I want to thank Evelyn Brown. She was the one, my lecturer, who told me to go up for this award, and she gave me the freedom on the student station that we have at Aberdeen College to do a new music show. And I do music promotions in Aberdeen, and I'm just really passionate about Scottish music. There's so much good music just now in Scotland, and yeah, thank you so much to the judges and everyone. Thank you.
That's what it's all about, being passionate, caring about it deeply. When crafting a radio programme, if you get it wrong, your audience will switch off. But if you get it right, you'll have the perfect alchemy of voices, subjects, and stories that can make listeners sit in their cars for an extra 10 minutes just because they can't bear to leave the story behind.
Either that or they're dogging. That's few guilty laughs of recognition there. That's what an excellent programme can do. Our judges couldn't bear to be parted from this year's finalists.
At the young age of 18, he decided to move to London and try his luck at the music industry, making friends with many critically acclaimed rappers and musicians such as Devlin, Example and Just Jack. But how did he manage to break the business so well and obtain an amazing record deal with Atlantic? A positive attitude and an open mind definitely carried him a long way. He possibly gave me the best advice that any musician could offer when I spoke to him on the first show of his sold-out tour in January.
Write as many songs as possible, gig as much as possible, and always smile.
Metal first emerged around the end of the 60s, start of the 70s, mainly in North America and England, and was a progression of rock music with bands like Deep Purple, Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin first playing this new style of music. At the time, the bands were harshly criticised, although bands like Black Sabbath are now seen as heavy metal legends and massive inspirations to bands young and old.
Schools will always close because the pattern of education changes, the pattern of the population changes. What we need to do is to make sure the community have confidence in the decision-making process and they don't feel disadvantaged by it. In terms of colleges, there are no college closures. I've said there won't be college closures. There needs to be a growing together of colleges, a regionalisation program. We need to be more efficient and effective in our college system, and that will actually help the quality of support for young people, which is what we need.
What we're doing here taking all the stuff out of the seams of this boat. These have clinker, this is carvo seams. They've got oakum in them. That's what they put in to seal it, right?
And the Creative Scotland Award for Best Audio Programme goes to...
Breaking the Business, Ross Buchanan, Aberdeen College.
Right, man. To meet this guy, I love him. It's cool to win this. It was really fun. I spoke to some cool people making the show and stuff. Just thanks to the judges for choosing it, and cool. Thanks. Lovely stuff.
Well done, Ross.
The next award this evening is for Best Radio and Online Pitch. Right across Scotland's creative industries, there's one given. It all starts with ideas. Without world-class ideas, armies of technicians, performers and producers would be sitting around fiddling with their thumbs.
So it was during the past 2 days, students were given a chance to pitch their ideas to real-life programme commissioners. These are people who can greenlight projects and start the process of ideas becoming programmes.
From Ayr to Aberdeen, but nowhere else. The ideas flowed in, and the cream of the crop were pitched in person at the Student Media Festival.
The winner of Best Radio and Online Pitch will have their ideas developed for possible production.
And our winner is...
Aftermath by Matthew McLean. And Cooking with Kids by Andrea McKinnon from Adam Smith. Well done.
I'm still not very well.
I'm not either.
Thanks to Robert Cudmore, my co-writer, and our mentor, Jack Kincaid. Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks to our lecturers, Colin and Richard, and Anna Smith College. Thank you.